I am going to sue the Minute Maid Soup and Orange Juice Company, who are clearly lying when they say it takes only 1 goddamn minute. But it took me way longer, so either they're lying to me or they have a defamation on their hands. It clearly implicates me being too stupid to be able to do it faster. If I can't do it within the minute, Superman himself could not make it less time-consuming. That's more than obvious. I also have a legal team looking into which names are on Guinness World Book of Records and sue all of them being listed as record holders. Nobody ever outperforms me. There's just no way. May I go and smell the pile of goat shit your goat just emptied out his anus, Manfred? What do you mean no by the rules of ownership? Once you discard a smelly object out your personal brown inventory, it no longer is owned by anybody and is therefore accessible for everyone to take in a quick shit whiff.
Is that a butthole fly in your nose, Donald? What the hell's it doing so close to your smell receptors, man? Are you actually trying to enjoy the stench of shit, Donald? That would explain why I found you bent over with your nose pressed against Mrs. Snetzenkacker chicken's ass-making snorting sounds. You have no soul, Donald. Shame on you for trying to lit up matches against homeless children in their butt cracks, and you keep on jerking yourself off on pictures of bad cholesterol. Only depraved store clerks do stuff like that. Have you secretly been working at Walmart? Donald, you man-air.
Did you remember to breathe on my pillow after they removed the wires that wired your jaw shut for months? Because you had broken it, Yuri, because that breath sample of pure rot and concentrated foul odor bacteria is mixed in there. Cramps up my penis like crazy. It's like secondhand Viagra to me. Hey, Matt Guinness, are the takeout services still taking orders? Because I feel like ordering someone to finally take out that severed tarantula leg out my ass. I can't enjoy myself anymore sitting on the crapper with a portable fan blowing the smell of crap in my face so I can enjoy inhaling it while I'm shitting. The regular stank of crap doesn't smell so nice anymore with the rotten spider leg ruining the pleasant, unimaginable stench I've got going for me. No, I don't want a plate with regular spaghetti. What kind of stupid-ass suggestion is that? Regular spaghetti? Are you being tutored by an extreme mentally disabled midget or something goofy? You better take a laxative and cram that spaghetti in your shit bag when it's backed up with diarrhea before serving. So you think it's a good idea to just pick your nose and not donate it to my ass so it can accumulate shit on it for me to enjoy? The nerve on you. I can't believe Fitzgerald. You better blow the snot in your nose directly in my feces chamber if you know what's good for you, you tarantula whore.
Edward, can I finally sexually abuse your sewer rats with my McFlurry spoon? I can't hold it, man, anymore, man. Edward, listen here, you disgraced mafia dick. If you don't let me shoot my hamburger stinking sperm at some rats, it's going to land on your left knee. You have a choice. Choose wisely, you tipsy shit.
My fellow Americans, these are times we come together. President Trump has been caught red-handed with his impotent foreskin, stuck between the false teeth of an old retired maid of the White House called Bernice Guttenwaffel. They had to remove it with dental floss. I can't imagine the penal overbite. And he just came back out of the hospital when they had to operate on his anus and had to resort to what they call in medical terms, the intestinal complexion procedure, where they have to slice open the colon to retrieve a dead gerbil. The pressure of rotting gas could have become an anus grenade if they'd left it there. The bomb squad had to be put on standby to guarantee the safety of the medical personnel to prevent anal gas explosion. That would have blown lethal rectal shrapnel in all directions. I am grateful for their service. My God, man. Donald, why did you ejaculate sperm in that poor ant colony when you were smelling a mountain goat its anus and it just happened to fart a wet clump of goat shit up your nose? Is that one of your new occupations? Donald? Or what was that I just witnessed here? You smelly puddle of beetle urine. Are you frickin' serious here, Donald? What the hell are you doing with your infectious penis cheese, nubbing it up in your niece's Glessindra Blobklaus, her Malibu Stacy's puppet house? I can't just sit by and let you rub off your penis cheese against that puppet's dinner table and not her plastic bidet.
I want a snorted dry line of seizure foam. Seriously, have a portable strobe light to point at people with epilepsy until they spasm uncontrollably and foam seizure foam out their mouth and their ass. Just to scoop the foam out of their spasming mouth and coughing it dry and put my nose against their spasming lips and take in a good nasal drag so I can start spasming myself. Hey, Jurgen, get me some toothpicks you have pricked in some jackal poop. I need to remove the chunks of food I had earlier and lodge some crap in there so I can have a continuous taste of enough residue going for me. You'll get the best interview, I promise. Dental fecal plaque always gets me going, dude. Anus, 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 anal, 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 anal. Anus, 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 anal, 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 anal. There's nothing better than beef shit wrapped around some digested lettuce that has been breathed on by a group of diseased homeless freaks that have never brushed their teeth and instead kept all their rotten chups of vomit with a graveyard of bad breath bacteria so dense their breath turned green.
Hello, good evening, how are you? All. Before we begin, let me just say thank you for tuning in. It really is a big opportunity to not be bound to clauses and the scripts of Seth MacFarlane, because the script does not allow my real personality and character to shine as I want to because he holds me back. He always dictates what I should do, how I should act, what I must say. Well, I am done letting him North Korean all over. He bosses me around the clock all the time. He doesn't have anything to spend in his own free time, no hygiene whatsoever. I already suggested he could wash his dick cheese off on set. He is the idealist. I'm the pragmatist, and I am all about you cannot sugarcoat the sour milk. No matter what you try, it will taste as bad as ever. If you freeze diarrhea, you can act like it's a clump you could be proud of. But take it out of the freezer and it melts back to liquid crap immediately. Reality cannot be overwritten, not changed. Therefore, I find it very important we all look at how ugly everything is. If we need to, we have to. In any broadcast channel you have, the things you cannot say, well, before we start, if you have kids, knock 'em out with a frying pan or push 'em down the stairs. And if you have a butter blob playing with a McDonald's Playhouse or a greasy fat girth Godzilla playing with margarine dolls or fingering themselves with some bacon grease, you might need to match your strike power with their weight, poison their Pop-Tarts, or throw them a Weight Watchers brochure. I don't know what those labels represent, but in my day we said stuff like smell my mouse or you are a filthy smegma fondeuist. It means that you are somebody who is more fond of letting the layers of cheese saturate on your penis, more than just scraping it off once in a while. And in Germanian language, that's called a Slechtrikende Bukenduf. It's impossible to know now. But I wonder if Mein Herr Hitler was distracted enough by the war that he could have gotten a Bukenduf himself. Now, that's how history becomes interesting. The dictator with a Slechtrikende Bukenduf. The Prussian Kaiser Wilhelm. Yeah, right, don't make me laugh. More like Prussian dick farter. He was known to have a dick that smelled like abandoned morgue that never cleaned out the rotting corpses. The difference was he had died off sperm cells that were rotting on his cemetery. He forbid himself having seizures on weekdays and spasmed only on Sunday. That's what I'm talking about right there. You can't dictate the seizure foam out your mouth. You pathetic Prussian Stewart Bruit. And what a legacy to leave behind to remember him by is the stench of his dick that not even nature seems able to get rid of. You can still smell its presence when you walk by his tombstone. May you rest in P. Wilhelm, because you already had the stank of shit going for you when you were still active. I was walking by the bird sanctuary, and I saw a cockatoo having trouble forcing its dick in the shithole of a sparrow. I've laughed the diarrhea out my ass. I said, hey, did your measurement equipment fail? Or there's something, you stupid birds, you're cockatoo bigger. It'll be too narrow for Mrs. Sparrow. Do you know the one about the hobo? There was this one guy walking down the street, and he came across a homeless person and asks, hey, could you help me, please? I am homeless. And the guy answered, yeah, well then why don't you just stay there more? Ha ha ha, those bum jokes never bum me out. I don't like that cow who lives by she moos all the time. Even when Jack and Riza, my neighbor, isn't penetrating her vagina with a coal shovel, or when he blasts some cow shit in there with a turd bazooka to relax after a long day of fucking a swine with a strapped-on cactus and destroy the vagina with it. If you're looking at your dickhead, it's almost like it has a little mouth on it, and when I get lonely, I imagine it is, and play the role of Hwanja Yaren Sna, the bloodthirsty piranha. But I get confused when I need to urinate how to go about it. I just go with both and rename it to P-Rana.
Why does this coffee smell like it has no frog testicle pate in it? Don't tell me it's because there's none in there, Michael. I'll go freaking Rambo on your ass if that's the case. Oh, no. Look in my eyes, you smelly tampon. Do I seem amused, you stupid, smelly, severed African boob? I don't think so, right? Hey, what the hell just happened? Did you just made me stop ejaculating on my Belgian waffle underneath the table? What kind of a way is that to treat your guests? Yo, you really are a piece of work, you know that, Kenny. Are you going to deny me the opportunity to take a dump on your butler's knee as well? Why is there no gentleman beside me who hasn't brushed his teeth for years breathing in my nose, Benny? I specifically put it in my demands of criteria I need met before I would be doing a talk show with you. The stench of rotten food stuck between somebody's teeth is my fuel engine. It gets me going. Hey, where's that sexy rat gone off to? Can't stop thinking of it after I seen that fine piece of ass. Lord save me right. If you see the creature again, would you put in a good word for me, Dennis? Melania isn't sexual available no more, but that's understandable when you always need to make sure you have vomit bags lying around because my breath is too much for anyone to handle. I am very surprised Melania has taken so much of it without becoming a freshly dug grave at the cemetery at this point. Couldn't imagine it myself having to smell my own gusts of decomposition breath while screwing myself. You know what? Forget the rat. Quickly grab me a vomit bag. I'm too nauseated. I'm serious. I am so nauseated I could barf whole Disneyland to shame. I'm not going to do that to that poor animal. It would be the equivalent of me breathing strong rat poison in its face. It would only take one whiff and I would no longer be screwing a rat, but a corpse with rat barf on it. Hey, what a hot eyebrow infection you got, man. Jesus, I can barely focus on the topic we were talking about. You did that on purpose, right? Knowing well enough I can't resist inflammation and infections. You better show me your anus injuries as well. If you have any, I'll become enraged if you don't. Oh, no, Yodo lied to me. You have an injury in your turd maker, isn't it? Oh, I mean it, Jonathan. If I smell some dead white blood cells in your ass, we're going to have a big problem here. So what is it going to be, Jonathan? Are you going to let me fuck your open wound, you fucking methane troll? You have a ridiculous plastic lip. I bet you've got rotten beef coming out your ass because it speaks to reason that the shit you produce is off the same low quality as you are, you stupid smapple fly. You need to just shut up against me. Just go and make some swamp porno, you cough full of poop saws. Just go and make some swamp porno, you cough and pile of poop saws that you are. While you're at it, why don't you just explain why you're taxiing around dying manure flies as well, you snoring maggot? I bet you sound like this when you ejaculate. Ha, ha, wah, ha, wah, ha, wah, ha, wah, ha, wah, ha, wah, ha, wah.
Oh my God, Donald, that's it. Nobody snorkels with their ass open. This is the kind of stuff that makes me sweat sea cucumbers out my ass. And if you keep on pushing me at a certain point, some mayonnaise will start to fly out of there as well. I'm already shivering urine out of my Joe from being furious.
I'm angry at your guy Benson over there acting like my genius invention of a motion activated sparrow statue that would chirp every time you moved your right arm up and down. So that the masturbation illusion of picturing yourself violently raping a sparrow in half almost feels like it could be real. Is bullshit or something, Italy, right now. What is bullshit is intellectual capabilities. That's the freaking bullshit here. A fucking stable full of it. A real smart man knows my idea is chirp jerking gold, but talking about Benson here, so he probably thinks putting firecrackers in his ass is brilliant. Yeah, Benson, I'm talking about you. You smelly, rotten bottled flask of discarded hippie hair. One more word out of you, and I'll grab a plugged-in extension cord and cut it open and fry my balls to charred remains with them. The smell of baked semen is one where nobody gets better from, believe me. For whoever is not Benson, I'll give you my contact information. All wise investors contact me during office hours alone because I might not have any free time on my hands because I would have something more horrific on it, like a customized animal carcass with a hole in it, putting my sausage through it. Why does my beetle coffee have only caterpillars floating in it? Seriously, what the fuck, yo? What a ripoff. I'll let this one slide if you put extra excrement cream on my cappuccino or extra frozen urine cubes in my yellow foamy iced pea. What's it going to be, my good man? Do I yelp good or bad?
You know, the Power Rangers, everybody always wants to be the white one or the gold one. I would want to be the brown one. He's just imaginable, of course, because they don't have him. I always hated that. It's a shame, though. He would have a lot of excrement powers and muscles made out of real feces. It would be an attack on two fronts. They would be too busy covering their noses from excruciating stench of shit your body gives off. They can't block both your poop breath, your rectal punches, and anal beams of processed cough syrup squirting out your ass. It's kicking the shit out your enemy with your own. That right there is the pinnacle of geniusness. Better watch out or he'll bring you down to China Brown. Don't ever underestimate the power of a determined anus. And you know, why would you morph into Megazord when you can morph all kinds of brown shapes out your butthole? You could shit morph into anything, and when you sustain damage, you just poop repair on the spot.
Come on, Donald, you incompetent, unsympathetic beef jerker. You don't need to jerk off your smoked beef right now. It's sadistic enough pulling on your mustard gas dispenser when there is a mosquito dying. I can't just sit by and let you get away with passively losing your ear hair. On occasion, Donald, you're the president, for God's sake. You need to serve the people of America. And not your ear hair, is that understood? That's the kind of stuff I don't even have to explain to my clipped-on belly button. Classical nostalgia. You need to stop putting the doorknob in your ass, Donald, because it not only smells beyond horrible. I'm able to put in words, but it was clearly a white doorknob, not a brown one with orange makeup around the edges. That door was already beyond irritating for sound, but not smelling like your anus. In times like this, you normally say grace, but there's nothing graceful about having to stand in front of a doorknob that smelled just fine as it did and was still accessible for anybody who wanted to pass through the doorway. That was before you decided to slam the doorknob in your ass without reason. Ever since you decided to run backwards all of a sudden with your stinky anus fondue pot straight into the doorknob, we can say for sure that the room that it opens is forever lost to Narnia, because it might as well just be welded shut with bolts and screws at this point, because the kind of fondue your pot brings to the vomit table smells so rotten sour. You're no longer melting cheese in that thing, that's for sure. Why would we thank our beloved Father in the sky ever again after Satan has clearly already opened up the brown gates of smell in your underwear? You make me want to puke so much that my stomach doesn't rely on me having eaten something to be able to empty, because it would make sure I vomited so violently I would just barf out my entire stomach bag out of its skeleton frame. Why did the chicken cross the road? Well, technically the chicken did not cross the road, but a portion of his carcass crossed right from the meat cleaver to AKFC. Near me, in fact, I can feel the chicken cross my stinky, constipated road right now. It got stuck in some real smelly traffic, but I feel there's finally movement on the horizon. Holy corrosive shit shapes. Did you hear how loud those gastric sound bites still sounded after they went through my intestinal wall? My bowels are dropping some sick methane beats down there. God damn it, Colonel, you still got it. That hot sauce is something else. Your secret herbal always makes me very gassy and very verbal. Ha 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 ha. At this point, I better go and bring the organizations that regulate sound and audio rights and regulations like ASCA, BMI. Otherwise, I might be illegally producing decifarts or Wi-Fi bells. Imagine how loud and distorted that audio format is going to be when that smelly gust of methane gas and chunks of stink flesh blows out my asshole with the power of 1,000 atomic bombs that have been enriched with nuclear feces. He is rushing through intestinal Main Street. And if I don't stop talking about this, right, this instant, I will never reach Feces Dumping Boulevard on time and wave goodbye to my excrement-shaped chicken bar, and it will ruin my Gucci underpants and therefore save your own white Versace shoes by letting me do that. Oh yeah, here we go again with your nonsense. Donald, like any cat would even find so much as dead skin flake from your body that fell in a puddle of sour milk arousing, don't make me laugh my white clean underpants into a brown shit saturated stank blanket. You can't even score with some dry horse manure. Even a dung beetle knows better, to roll his manure into a ball instead of spending his time having sex with a spastic orange faggot. I better stop picturing you having sex at all. It makes the roasted maggot lips hive. Eaten earlier sprint back up my throat like it's for a gold Olympic medal with barf on it. Like I can ever even convince my limp Joe to get an erection ever again after those nauseating images. Thanks a lot, Donald. It's not happening ever again. I'll barf out stiff sardines, shafts out my ass before that happens. Donald, if you don't want a lawsuit, you better reimburse me for my penis injury. You almost made me feel like a failed version of a Samuel L. Jackson movie named The Unproductive Penis Shaft. It would be a very boring movie where sperm bullets never even get close from hitting target because they're not even getting out of the compromised rusty barrel. Sounds like box office material. Yeah, that sounds like a big success at the box office to me. It's going to be so successful. It's going to have a lot of merchandise props to sell like the sperm stain underpants because it couldn't fire even one straight bullet out of there. Or perhaps a limp engraved impotent penis shaft with real urine smell.
People, I am an asshole Einstein. I just came up with a genius way to make diarrhea into hardened stool. I came up with the idea when I was irritated, when my ass hair became stubborn to me and wouldn't dry up more fast. I got on a barbecue, spreaded my legs, and dangled it above scorching temperatures, and it worked better than I thought. I only burned a few anal layers to a crisp. and got to the result I wished for. So I got on that idea, linked IT to a blow dryer, and eureka, whenever diarrhea would flood my fecal pit of horrors, and there goes the blow dryer, forcing it in and blow dry my shit solid. I just to shove a hot air blower into my small intestine, activating it, and what do you know? I made tragic magic. The diarrhea, as fierce as an opponent as it always is, does not stand a chance against the blistering temperature of an artificial hot air blower. The wet brown ocean has become anal drywall. I feel like Moses crossing the Egyptian Sea, but with a minor change of details, the Egyptian Sea. Analogy, pun intended, resembling my brown, raging diarrhea flood running down my stinky, funnel-shaped septic water slide. And an angry God was breathing on it until it solidified in anus drywall. Now that right there is a story of overcoming difficulties with a Albert Krapperstein intelligence that not only innovates but also redefines the entire field of shit. So who would really capture the shit roll of fecal farting Moses that has the runs? And they better make a real anus drywall or I'm out. If they don't, I will put my foot down, and by God, this movie will never see the light of day. A director that not understand the gravity asshole drywall brings to the table does not have the criteria to film my excrement masterpiece. I mean, that wall is built with a lot of passionate bricks of shit here. I'm going to phone Martin Scorsese if there is any man who might appreciate the vibe of human excrement and the wonders the anus. Chambers, as a passionate entomologist who always thinks he has already lived the maximum intestine experience, and stands corrected the next moment, captivated by flushing guts. It's Martin, I bet 10 of my next fecal cubes on that. Eco, don't go there, bro. I seriously urge you not to go there. My smegma samurai. Okay, that does it. You listen. Here, you shit splinter. I'm not going to apologize about kicking in your door, jerking myself off at your parents' dinner table, and portraying myself as a jizz and mayonnaise ejaculation dispenser. Oh, can you believe this microdose of maggot shit? I am appalled, truly appalled, Nico. I thought friendship was all about closeness and sharing intimate moments with each other's pubes and exchanging the sour scrotum sauces with one another and masturbate so loud the veins of our penises burst open. Hey, Stefan, my brother, did I leave my putrid bar of crap in your aquarium last Wednesday? Or did I roll it in a feces blunt and just smoke my ass raw with it? I can't remember. But if it turns up, please don't throw it away. If you'll let me know, I'll come and smoke my dick into pure Steamboat Willie.
I think I'm entering a kind of phase in my life because all of a sudden I only want to jerk myself off with oven mitts. Don't know why exactly, but hey, if it gets the job done, it stays employed. You don't fire a good workers now, do you? You give them a big raise so you can empty it out even more. I am not afraid of many things, but if there is anything at all that scares me into cardiac arrest, it would be the ruthless cigarette beasts of puff, 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 poof. The myth goes that those flying, smoking bundles of hair could be heard taking drags and observe them puffing smoke from miles away. Well, of course, it doesn't scare you. You are from the modern times. I am already 3 generations older, for in my day, we did not have a lot of imaginations, so everybody needed to be scared straight with something. And because of the lack of subject, it became chimney sweepers, scared shitless.
I'm an entrepreneur. I can look at any random object and make a fortune out of idea, for example. You see that gay couple over there? And now think about Tic Tacs. I'll produce the same little tablets, but my target group are queers, put a lot of pink in there, and put some faggot nip in it, boom, Tic Tac, dick fag.
Don't you play the fool, you over-aroused, paranoid, low-quality crayon. I know all about those sweaty, bearded Arab midgets you secretly fantasize about when you sneak a peek at someone's gynecologist appointment. You stare at the sonogram and it happens. Isn't it, Matthias? Placenta dancing fantasy midgets. Oh, wow. Hey, Can't get your tongue anymore, you stressed out maggot-infested piece of roast beef. And now we all shut up, right? Hoping the focus goes away? Well, you brought this upon yourself. You derailed, perverted choo-choo train. You finally had some attention, but you blew it. Even your nostril hair has issues. You better summon up Merlin the magician, because only a magic spell can get you out of this mess, Sandal Boy. Don't try to be the cool Sandal when you only have the mojo of toe slippers that got soaked by leaking vaginas from whores with dementia who forgot how to squirt, and now drip like a faucet instead.
Hey, what do you mean I can't shit in your baby's eyeballs? You already denied me the joy of cleaning out her ears by pissing out the clogged up earwax. I haven't been treated this inhospitable since I had a starfish shoved in my ass by a individual angry because I squirted my diarrhea at it. We're not going to remain good friends if you're going to deny me coughing on your dick while you're showering and denying me the privilege to stretch out the integrity of my anus till its breaking point, then completely rupture it so that my excrement flies all across your bedroom while I piss on your pillow. And while we are at it, how come you didn't confirm my invitation of attending my pan flute castrating rainworm orgy festival? You still owe me from not showing up at my semen sauce fondue tasting or the activity where we blow out our snot at the balls of a peacock and clobber his scrotum to a paste. Are you one of those guys, huh? Doing nothing all day but loving to read a newspaper in the vicinity of the penis of a giraffe that suffers from dripping dick syndrome, so you can sit and enjoy reading your paper while you welcome the stench that comes off the giraffe, his dick, with your nose against it. But you can make it up to me by going with me on a tour where we pester Catholic priests by stalking them with pieces of porn magazines wrapped all over us until they break and masturbate like crazy on the spot like a possessed demon. And we take the sperm soap wooden cross with us as a souvenir